Steve here from Advanblack. Today I'm going to do a quick video to show you how to set up your tail lights and your wiring harness for your Dominator Fender. I get calls on this about once or twice a week that you've got your Dominator Fender in, the tail lights came in a separate box, and your wiring harness and how to set that up. One of the biggest things that I get questions on are how to install the tail lights. What's the proper way to install them? Or they get them installed and they're worried about part of this being shown in the back of the fender and not pushing all the way through. If you find yourself in that position, then this is the video that you want to watch. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. In the Dominator Fender, you're going to find the CVO Tail Light. This is the exact same tail light that comes in the CVO Fender. On the back side right here, you'll see your plug-in and you're going to see two brackets like this. You're probably going to get your brackets inside of a little plastic bag and you're going to want to set them up just like this. The orientation of this tail light goes like this. This is the top. The plug side is the top. And it's going to have a kind of a 45-degree angle on it where the bottom almost just kind of rounds off, right? So you've got it rounded off in a 45. The 45 goes to the top, or plug side goes to the top. Now when you poke this through, you're going to find that the holes in the tail light don't match up with the holes in the fender, and that's what these little L brackets here are for. And if you look closely at the bracket, you'll see that it's not bent in half. It has a short end and a long end. The short end is always going to be screwed to the light. The top side, the tapered side, the bracket's going to go like this. Short end, but it's going to face towards the bike. We're coming out of the bottom, short end, and it's going to face away from the bike. Now when you're setting up the tail lights in your Dominator Fender, you're going to see the top hole here, bottom hole here. You're going to set the left and the right tail lights up exactly the same. You'll see this one's already installed, and on the back side of the fender it's supposed to look just like this. The bottom is going to stick out way farther than the top. We've designed this for this bottom to come out and then taper and smooth into the fender. This 45 that's on this tail light is going to smooth right into the exact same angle as the fender. A lot of people want to try to push this top all the way through because on the back side you can see some tail light right there from the back side, right? So they're thinking that they need to push this, just keep pushing this until this top is sticking out equal with the bottom. This is exactly how it's supposed to be installed. When you put those two brackets on there and you push that light in, when those brackets hit the fender, that's where you screw it in. Like I said, I get the call all the time that, hey, I can see some tail light in the back. This isn't pushing all the way through. They think that either we've sent them the wrong tail light or they just can't get it installed and there must be something wrong with the fender. But this is exactly how it's supposed to look. You're going to see some tail light in the rear because in the front, like I said, this 45 tapers into the 45 on the fender. So when I walk this tail light over and I set it in, I'm going to push it in till that bracket hits the bottom. That hole's lined up. Push it down. Now my top hole is lined up. I'll take my Phillips head screw. Gonna get our bottom one in. Always use hand tools when you're applying these little bitty coarse thread screws. Don't use a power tool. That's going into plastic and it's super easy to just overspin that and just strip that plastic. And once that plastic's stripped, there's a couple of fixes for it, but just use a hand tool and you won't have to deal with that. And that's how it gets installed, just like that. So yes, you can see some tail light back here, but it's designed so it's smooth on the front. Nobody is looking at your tail lights from the back side. Once you put your saddlebag on, that butts up against this. You no longer see that tail light anymore. So don't worry about this little strip of red showing back here. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. So to go over the wire harness real quick, we're going to take the wire harness, we're going to run it down the left side of the bike. That's left side sitting on the bike. So this is going to be marked left and right. It's going to be a 4-prong connector, a 4-prong connector, and a 2-prong connector. The 4-prong marked left will go into the left tail light. We're going to take the other two, poke it through the hole in the fender. The 2-prong is going to be for your license plate bracket. It's LED lit, so we're going to hang that there. We're going to put a bracket over it and 2 screws. You're going to take the other one, you're going to wind it across the back. Once again, bracket and 2 screws up, and we're going to poke that through the hole. But you're going to just flip it, listen for the click, plug it in. Now you can tighten this down. Now you've got this running across the back. The tire will never get into this wire harness when it's run across the back like that. And you still have this one. You got a hole here for your license plate bracket wire to come through and plug in here. So I hope this video clears up a lot of information on the taillight. But if you have any questions on this at all, leave it in the comment section down below. I'll try to help you the best that I can. I'm gonna get out of here, get myself back to work. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze.